is up, YouTube? Back in Madden 23, today we're going to be doing a what if the Dallas Cowboys signed Odell Beckham Jr. for the next 5 years rebuild. He is available in free agency right now, so I went ahead and I signed him. He's an 87 overall star dev, 29 years old, has 8 years of experience. Right now you can see in the bottom it says he has a complete ACL tear and he's going to be out for 7 weeks. So, the game is realistic with that. They don't know for sure when he's going to be coming back in real life, so I don't know what team he's going to go to, but we're going to go ahead and try this out and see how this goes. I did start with the Play Now feature in Madden where you get to start at week 10 since they haven't updated it since then, and I had to go through and force some losses, or one loss and a couple of wins, in order to make it to the actual 9-3 record they have in real life at this time. We're starting at week 14 playing against the Houston Texans. We'll go ahead and check out the roster on the team real quick, see what they're working with. So we got Dak Prescott's 88 X Factor, we got Zeke's 88 Superstar, Tony Pollard's 84 with Star, CeeDee Lamb's 86 with Superstar, and then we got Michael Gallup's 84 with Star Dev. Offensive line has a bunch of normal devs on it. Obviously we're missing Tyron Smith on the left tackle spot. He's injured right now, but he should be coming back like towards the playoff time. And then Zach Martin's one of the best offensive linemen in the NFL, 98 overall with Superstar Dev. We got Dalton Schultz at tight ends, 81 with Star Dev, and then a couple of rookies behind him. Defensively, for this season, I'm going to leave Micah Parsons at outside linebacker, and he's going to be coming in to play pass rusher on third downs. Then we got Van Der Esch and Anthony Barr, Malik Hooker, Jaron Kearse at safeties. We do have Donovan Wilson too, but he's injured right now for 5 weeks. We got Anthony Brown and Trayvon Diggs, 87 Superstar Dev at corner. DeMarcus Lawrence, defensive end, 91 overall with Star Dev. At the end of the regular season, we finished 12-5, second in the division behind the Eagles that went 15-2. The Giants went 8-9, and the Commanders went 6-11. Let's go check out the injury report and see where Odell Beckham is looking. He still has 2 more weeks of injury left, and Tyron Smith also has 3 more weeks left, so hopefully we can make us a playoff run deep into the playoffs and they can come back and help us try to win a Super Bowl. Checking out the season stats, we had the 17th ranked offense, and defensively we were 8th, so defense is actually doing pretty good. Obviously Dak Prescott missed a few games at the beginning of the year. Still threw for 2,800 yards, 24 touchdowns, 10 interceptions, 64% completion with a 97 rating. Interceptions are kind of high for the amount of time that he played, and his rating was a 97. That's a little bit low for what I like. Cooper Rush had 1,000 yards, 5 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, only 57% completion with a 79 rating. Was pretty bad. Rushing yards, Zeke had the most with 1,194, 5 yards per carry with 10 touchdowns. Tony Pollard, 700 yards, 5.1 yards per carry with 9 touchdowns. Great production from the running backs. CeeDee Lamb had exactly 1,000 yards with 6 touchdowns. Noah Brown, 700 yards, 6 touchdowns. Dalton Schultz, 700 yards, 4 touchdowns. Michael Gallup, almost 600 yards with 6 touchdowns. Defensively, Van Der Esch led the team in tackles with 126. Micah Parsons had 17 TFLs. DeMarcus Lawrence had 15 sacks. Micah Parsons had 11. Fowler had 5. Armstrong had 5. Odigizua had 4.5. Gallimore had 3. Trayvon Diggs led the team with 7 interceptions. Nice. Van Der Esch had 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys had 1 interception. Going to be playing against the 9-8 Seattle Seahawks for the wild card round of the playoffs. We also have the Packers against the Buccaneers, the Falcons against the Vikings, and then the Eagles obviously got a first round bye week with their 15-win season. The Seahawks ended up beating us 27-14 to knock us out in the wild card round. The Eagles beat the Bengals in the Super Bowl 35-21 to win their 2nd Super Bowl. TJ Edwards, the middle linebacker, won Super Bowl MVP. Joe Burrow won MVP of the regular season with the Bengals. Nick Sirianni won Coach of the Year with the Eagles. Cooper Kupp won Offensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Aaron Donald won Defensive Player of the Year with the Rams. Drake London won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Falcons. And Jaquan Brisker won Defensive Rookie of the Year with the Bears. Looks like we have 4 guys retire from the Cowboys, and the only one that's really notable is Jason Peters, the left guard, retired after 19 years. We only have $31 million in cap space available, so I'm going to try to re-sign Odell Beckham first and see if we have any money left over. He's extremely interested in coming back to the team. He wants a 3-year deal for basically $50 million. So we're going to go ahead and offer it to him and see what he says. He's coming back. We got $16 million left, so Tony Pollard, I don't see him coming back to the Cowboys. Paying Zeke a bunch of money, and he's going to want 5 years for $30 million, so they're not going to pay 2 running backs a bunch of money like that. Leighton Vander Esch, we're gonna have to try to save some money somewhere, so we're gonna have to move on from him. Dalton Schultz, I don't see them Cowboys bringing him back with the 3 rookie tight ends that they have that are actually doing really well. Donovan Wilson, we don't really need him when we have the other 2 safeties still. Dante Fowler, moving on from him. Anthony Brown, he's actually pretty cheap. 1 year, 4.7 mil for a 77 overall. He's coming back. Anthony Barr's down to a 73. Terrence Steele, he wants 2 years, 11.4 mil. That's not bad for a starting right tackle. Go ahead and offer it to him. He's coming back. How much we got left? 5.8 mil. Who else do we have here? Noah Brown, moving on from him obviously, and James Washington. Checking out the team salaries to see if there's anyone that we can release to free up some cap space, and I don't really see anyone. There's not really like any horrible contracts on here, I guess. Tyron Smith on the last year of his deal, but he's still a 94 overall. So we're definitely going to keep him starting at left tackle. Definitely keeping Dak and DeMarcus Lawrence and Zach Martin, so yeah. This is what the starting lineup is looking like before we go into free agency and the draft. Dak Prescott to 88 with X Factor. So we got Zeke, and we got 3 wide receivers that are actually pretty freaking good with Odell in there. So that's going to move Gallup to the slot for this season. And then we got Terrence Steele playing left guard. Now we're going to move him to right tackle, and then Tyler Smith is going to play left guard, but I'll do that in a little bit. We got Ferguson and Hendershot at tight end. Defensively, this is where we're going to have to do something because we ended up losing Leighton Vander Esch. I do want to try to get Damone Clark to play and get some reps because he was actually really good at LSU in college. So I want to see if he can try to develop. I guess really the same thing about Jabril Cox too, but I want to try to find a middle linebacker if in free agency or probably in the draft more likely. And I want to have Sam Williams starting at defensive end over here because he's been having a lights out season for a rookie. We got Odigizua and Gallimore at defensive tackle. They both have star dev, nice. And Trayvon Diggs jumped up to X Factor. So really we need a middle linebacker, probably a 3rd cornerback. And on offense we could use a tight end and a backup running back. Free agency, all I did was just sign a kicker and I had to get one that's really not even that great, but we had to do what we had to do. We only got $4 million in cap space, so I could not sign anybody else. Here in the first round of the draft, we have pick number 24 since we made it to the playoffs. We really need a middle linebacker. There was another one that I was looking at that I had 100% scouted that was a true first round talent, but he already got drafted, so I have no choice but to take Henry To'oto. I already said that, from Alabama. 6'2", 228 pounds, 22 years old. He has a good change of direction, decent speed, good strength, A awareness, B play rec, B zone coverage, B tackle. Only has normal dev, 82 speed. In the second round, I'm going to draft this tight end, Dalton Kincaid from Utah. He's 6'4", 240 pounds, vertical threat, scheme fit. Only got him 50% scouted. He's 23 years old. He's a top fit for us. He has good agility, great change of direction, good jumping, good speed with elite strength. He has A medium route, C catching, A deep route. Normal dev with 81 speed. Here in the third round, I'm going to draft another middle linebacker, Ivan Pace Jr. from Cincinnati. He's 6 foot, 235 pounds, field general, scheme fit. We could either leave him at middle linebacker or move him to outside linebacker since we need help at both positions. He has good acceleration, good agility, good change of direction with decent speed and strength. He has a B hip power with B tackle. Normal dev with 83 speed. In the fourth round, I'm going to draft this outside linebacker, DeMarvion Overshown from Texas. He's 6'4", 268 pounds. He's a power rusher, so I end up moving him to defensive end if he's good enough. I mean, he's going to play that position regardless, but 21 years old. He has solid acceleration, solid jumping, good speed, and good strength. Normal dev with 83 speed and 78 strength. In the fifth round, I'm going to draft this strong safety, Patrick McMorris from San Diego State. He's 6 foot, 207 pounds, zone scheme fit. I'm going to take a chance on him because he's actually really fast. He has great speed. He has the fastest 40 in the college pro day and the second in the NFL combine. He also has C for his zone coverage, and his man coverage could be between a B to a D, hit power between A to C. He's got normal dev with 91 speed, 22 years old. Here in the seventh round, this is the last pick that we have. I'm going to draft this kicker, Harrison Mevis from Missouri. He's potentially undrafted free agent, but I'm going to go ahead and take a chance on him because we could use a kicker. He's 23 years old. Not really much to say about a kicker, but he has A kick accuracy and A tackle. What the heck? We got normal dub with 94 kick power. First round pick middle linebacker was a 72 overall. He only had normal div. We did not get any hidden divs in this draft at all. Second round pick tight end Dalton Kincaid is a 69 overall. Middle linebacker we drafted in the third round is a 69 overall. Then the outside linebacker we drafted is a 66 overall. The safety was a 68. And then the kicker was a 77. Dang. Looks like we got us our next kicker for the next 20 years. He's got 94 kick power with 85 accuracy. He just has a morale dragging him down by 1. Looking at the entire draft recap, the Bears drafted Myles Murphy, number 1 overall. He's a 74 defensive end. Highest in the entire draft was Bijan Robinson, went to the Eagles, like they really need that. Will Anderson, 81 overall, went to Washington Commanders. 80 overall defensive tackle Jalen Carter went to the Cardinals. And then Gibbs, the running back from Alabama, went to the Packers in the first round. Bryce Young went to the Panthers. Where's the other quarterbacks at? There's not any. Bryce Young. CJ Stroud is a 71 overall. He went to the Buccaneers. Oh, he's probably going to win Rookie of the Year because their playbook throws the ball like crazy. And then Will Levis went to the Colts. 72 overall, pick number 20. So what the starting lineup looks like for the beginning of season 2. Dak Prescott's at 86 with X Factor. Elliott's at 88 superstar. Lamb's at 86 superstar. Michael Gallup's at 84 with star. Odell Beckham is at 85 with star div. I'm very curious to see how he does in this offense for his first full season starting. We got the rookie Kincaid starting at tight end since he's the highest overall. We got Steele at right tackle, and I moved Tyler Smith to left guard. Tyron Smith is a 94 superstar. Zach Martin's a 98 with superstar. Defensively, we're going with To'o at middle linebacker. So we got Parsons at outside linebacker on this side. Still gonna be coming in on third down to pass rush, and then I'm gonna leave Damone Clark starting at right outside linebacker. And then we still got Malik Hooker and J-Ron Curse at safeties. Anthony Brown is cornerback 2. Kelvin Joseph cornerback 3, and then Trayvon Diggs 88 X Factor. Sam Williams is gonna be starting at defensive end, and then we got Odigizua and Gallimore at defensive tackle. Tamarcus Lawrence is a 90 superstar at defensive end. I forgot that we had Jordan Lewis on the team. He was injured, so he wasn't showing on the depth chart. So he's actually going to be cornerback 2, and then we got Anthony Brown at cornerback 3. So that does make me feel a lot better about the cornerback situation for sure. Here at the midseason point, we're not off to the best start. We're 3-3, second in the division. The Eagles are 4-3. The Giants are 3-3, and the Commanders are 2-4. Check out players ready to negotiate. We got $56 million in cap space. Got to bring Trayvon Diggs back. He wants 4 years, $65.8 million. He's 25 years old, 89 overall with X Factor. So I'll offer him that deal and see what he says. He's coming back. We got $41 million left. I do want to bring Tyron Smith back for sure, but he's 32 years old, so he's going to start regressing. I'm going to wait till the end of the year, see if we can get him a little bit cheaper. He wants 2 years, $51.8 million, so let's see if it goes down. Malik Hooker and J-Ron Curse, I'm going to wait till the end of the year on them. Jordan Lewis as well, and Anthony Brown. End of the regular season, we finished 12-5, won the division, actually got a first round bye week, so we had the best record in the NFC. The Commanders went 10-7, Giants went 10-7, and the Eagles went 8-9. Check out the player stats on the year. We had the second ranked offense. Nice, love to see that. Defensively 29th, so that's not good. Dak Prescott threw for 5,000 yards, 34 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 68% completion with the 105 rating, so that's a pretty good season from him. Zeke had 1,500 yards rushing, 5.2 per carry with 24 touchdowns. Wow. Awesome season. Michael Gallup led the team in receiving yards with 1,247 touchdowns. Odell Beckham had 79 catches, 1,153 yards, and 6 touchdowns, so that's a great first season from him. The rookie tight end Dalton Kincaid, 94 catches, 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, 73 catches for 876 yards and 5 touchdowns. Zeke even had 45 catches, 500 yards, and 4 touchdowns. Defensively, To'o led the team in tackles with 105 as a rookie, so that's awesome. Tamarcus Lawrence had 16 TFLs and 15 sacks. Parsons had 14. Gallimore had 5.5. Odigizua had 3. Trayvon Diggs led the team with interceptions again. He had 4. Anthony Brown and Jordan Lewis both had 3 interceptions. To'o had 2, and he had a sack. Parsons had an interception. Curse Hooker and Joseph had interceptions as well. Get to the divisional round of the playoffs since we had a bye week, and we're going to be playing against the 10-7 Buccaneers, who have CJ Stroud as the rookie quarterback, and obviously they're doing pretty good. They beat the 49ers 27-24, and we also have the Panthers against the Packers. We have this breakout D-line dev trait opportunity here, so I'm definitely going to activate that and see. It's going to be for Sam Williams at defensive end. Nice. Hopefully he can get it and we can get this win. So I simulated the Buccaneers game. We did end up beating them 29-27. We got the breakout player opportunity thing here. We'll check out the results. Roll out the red carpet, baby, because I have arrived. Did you see me out there, coach? I'm an anchor on this defense, man. He's up to star dev. Nice. 5,000 XP. We're going to be playing against the 10-7 Packers in the NFC Conference Championship game. They beat the Commanders 27-13. They beat the Panthers 28-17. On the other side, we have the Chiefs against the Bills. Nice, that's a classic. Playing in Dallas, NFC Championship game, we're up to a 3-0 lead. Now it's 3-2. Now we're losing 9-3 in the second. Now it's 10-9. We're winning. I did see that it looked like Jordan Love was a starting quarterback for the Packers in the pregame stuff that they were showing. Packers are up 16-13 in the third. 23-20 they're winning. We're losing 30-20 in the fourth, now 30-27. Can we get down here and score? We're up 34-30 in the fourth, and the Packers scored 37-34 to win the game at the end of the fourth quarter, man. Checking out the player stats from that playoff game, Jordan Love had a freaking crazy game. He had a 105 rating with 476 yards passing. He only threw one touchdown, one interception. But yeah, that's almost 500 yards in the NFC Championship game. Dak Prescott 350 yards, 3 touchdowns. He only had a 90 rating though. The Bills beat the Packers in the Super Bowl 42-14 to win their first ever Super Bowl, and Josh Allen won Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes won MVP of the regular season with the Chiefs. Doug Peterson won Coach of the Year with the Jaguars. Our running back Zeke Elliott won Offensive Player of the Year with the Cowboys. TJ Watt won Defensive Player of the Year with the Steelers. CJ Stroud won Offensive Rookie of the Year with the Buccaneers, just like I expected. I was curious how CJ Stroud did, and yeah, look, he threw for 5,400 yards, 39 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 66% completion with the 103 rating as a rookie. Crazy stats, man. I was checking out retired players to see if anyone retired from the Cowboys, and I saw that Tom Brady retired from the Patriots. So I had to go check this out and see. He decided to retire after playing 24 years, and he's at the age of 47. He's still a 79 overall, so he could technically play another year. But yeah, he went 3 years in Tampa Bay, and then this last season he went back to the Patriots. Threw for 4,600 yards, 29 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 63% completion with a 95 rating. It's a solid season for a 47-year-old. We have $43 million in cap space. I do want to bring Tyron Smith back, and we did end up saving a little bit of money on him because I think it was like 2 years, $51.8 million is what he wanted. Now it's down to 47.5. Go ahead and offer that to him. He's coming back. Now we only got 20 million left. So we got Malik Hooker, Jaron Curse, Jordan Lewis, Anthony Brown, Tyler Biadasz. I do want to bring him back because it's pretty cheap for a starter. We got to be careful with what we're doing the money here. 15 million left. Alright, so we got to figure out we want to bring Jordan Lewis. He's 29 years old. Anthony Brown is 30. Let's go with Jordan Lewis, 1 year 5.0 or 5.04 million. He's coming back. We got 11 million left. We're gonna have to get 2 new safeties if we don't sign one of these guys. Malik Hooker's a scheme fit, but he wants a 3-year deal. I think I'm just gonna wait and go to free agency in the draft. The team is looking like before we go into free agency, Dak Prescott and Zeke both have X factor. Odell is playing up to 85 overall, so he's technically 84. 31 years old at this point. He still has star dev. I think we have him under contract for this year and 1 more year, and then we're gonna have to re-sign him again for like the last year or 2. The rookie tight end Kincaid is up to star dev. Nice. He had a crazy season for a rookie, so he definitely deserved that. We don't need anything on offense at all. Defensively, Sam Williams went up to star dev. Could use another defensive tackle, and we could use a 3rd cornerback, and we need 2 safeties, so we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do here. I mean, I guess we could go with Coven Joseph if we had to, but I was scouting cornerbacks heavy in this upcoming draft. But yeah, we really need free safeties. Nick Bosa, 99 overall available. Jonathan Taylor is 97 overall X Factor available. Justin Herbert is available. Gabe Davis, Jalen Hurts. Like, come on, man. I think these dudes really go to free agency. I think we just got really lucky here with these safeties because these two guys were both available in free agency, and I guess they played 1 year for a certain team and then they decided not to re-sign them. They released them. I don't know. This guy played for Houston. Akeem Dent from Florida State. He had an interception as a rookie, but he's a 76 overall. Scheme fit. He's a normal dev, 23 years old. And then this guy, BJ Williamson from Louisiana Tech. He has star dev, 22 years old. Played for Tampa Bay. Only had 9 tackles, or actually 10 tackles. So for whatever reason, they didn't want to re-sign him. So we got 2 new starting safeties that are young and gonna have plenty of time to develop. And then I'm bringing in Dante Stills at defensive tackle. He's only a 72 overall, but we didn't have any money. We only got $2 million left in cap space. Here in the first round, I have pick number 29, and I did try to trade up a couple of times to get this cornerback that was a true top 5 talent. I tried to get him at pick number 10, and they wanted too much, and I tried to get him again at like pick number 14, but they wanted too much again, so I was like, I'm just gonna let it go. He ended up getting drafted by somebody, so we're gonna take this corner instead. He's still 100% scouted. True first round talent, DeAndre Clemens from Oklahoma State, 5'9", 202 pounds. He's a zone, which is not a scheme fit, but I'm still gonna get him because he's a true first round talent. He has elite acceleration, great agility, good speed. He has B zone coverage and his man coverage is only a C. He has normal dev, of course, 91 speed, 95 acceleration. In the second round, I'm going to draft this running back because we could use a backup for Zeke. His name is Nick Reese. He's from Maine. He's 5'9", 206 pounds, elusive scheme fit. Only have him 50% scouted, but he looks pretty good. He has great acceleration, good agility with good speed. He's got hidden dev, so that's a good start. 91 speed. In the third round, I'm going to draft this left guard, Tony Spear from West Virginia. He's 6'3", 327 pounds, agile, scheme fit. He has great acceleration, great agility, good change of direction, good speed with great strength. So he looks like he's a freaking great athlete. Normal dev with 89 strength. Cornerback Micah Hughes from Ole Miss. He's 6 foot, 197 pounds. He's a zone, which is not a scheme fit once again. But I do have him 100% scouted, and his true talent is 3rd to 4th round. We're in the 4th round, pick number 29, so perfect time to pick him. 21 years old. He has great acceleration with decent speed. 89 speed, normal dev. I'm going to draft this defensive tackle, Demario Hart from Wisconsin. He's 6'4", 296 pounds, power rusher, 21 years old. He has solid on everything and great strength. Normal dev with 90 strength. In the 6th round, I'm going to draft this left tackle, Ty Shaw from UCF. He's 6'5", 310 pounds. He's a pass protector, scheme fit, 21 years old. He has good agility, good change of direction with solid speed. Looks like he might be pretty good for a 6th round pick. Normal dev with 84 strength. 6th round pick, cornerback DeAndre Clemens is a 74 overall. He did not have hidden dev. 23 years old, but he'll end up being a starter for us in the slot. And then the running back I drafted in the 2nd round was 70 overall. That's kind of low, but he does have hidden dev. It's gonna be a backup anyway, so it'll be alright. And then the other guy is not so great. I mean, I guess a 68 corner is not bad for a backup, and then a 67 left guard is not bad. Number 1 pick went to the Texans at a 77 overall quarterback, and he was the highest in the entire draft. And then a 76 overall middle linebacker taken in the 2nd round. And then there's a bunch of 76s over here. What the team is looking like for the start of season 3, Dak and Zeke both still have X Factor. We got that rookie running back with hidden dev as a backup. Odell is still 84 with superstar, or star dev, not superstar. He's 31 years old in his 10th season. He's gonna be playing in the slot this year because Michael Gallup has gone over him in overall with the 86. CeeDee Lamb has 88 overall with star dev. Tight end Kincaid's up to 75 with star. Offensive line is still looking pretty solid. Defensively, we brought in Stills to play defensive tackle for us because that's pretty much all we could afford. Right outside linebacker's looking pretty weak. We do still have Damone Clark, but he's injured right now for 1 week, so he'll be starting over here as a 69 overall. Toe is a 76 with normal dev. Parsons is a 99 with X Factor. Ended up moving Dent to strong safety, and Williamson is playing free safety. So we got 2 young guys in the back for our defense here, but hopefully they can develop pretty quickly. Trayvon Diggs is a 90 X factor. Jordan Lewis is 78. Clemens is a rookie that we drafted. He's going to be starting in the slot over top of Kelvin Joseph. So I'm going to have to end up getting rid of Kelvin Joseph to make sure that happens. DeMarcus Lawrence is 89 with superstar. Checking out offers for Kelvin Joseph, and the Ravens are willing to give us Malik Harris and a middle linebacker, and I'm going to go ahead and do that trade and start him at right outside linebacker for us, so he'll be an upgrade over Damone Clark. At the midseason point, we're off to a great start, 5-2, leading the division. The Commanders are 4-3, the Eagles are 3-4, and the Giants are 2-4. Check out what players we have to negotiate with here. We have $129 million in cap space. Nice. That means that we have a lot of people we got to pay. Yep. All right, we'll go ahead and try to offer Dak Prescott a deal. He wants 3 years, $126 million. He's coming back. Zach Martin, CeeDee Lamb. All right, I do want to bring back Zach Martin and DeMarcus Lawrence, but I'm going to wait till the end of the year since they're both over 32 years old. CeeDee Lamb, he wants 4 years, $76 million. 25 years old, 89 overall. Definitely going to offer that to him. He's coming back. So I'm going to wait on Martin and Lawrence. Odigizua is only 26. He's 78 overall with star dev. 2 years, 14 mils. Not that bad. He's coming back. And I think I'm going to hold off on everyone else. Make sure that we have enough money to bring back Zach Martin and DeMarcus Lawrence. End of the regular season, we finished 10-7, won the division. The Commanders went 9-8, Eagles went 8-9, Giants went 4-13. Check out the season stats. 11th ranked offense, not too shabby. Defensively, 26, so I guess that's better than 29th, but still got a ways to go. Dak Prescott threw 4,600 yards, 39 touchdowns, 16 interceptions, 72% completion with the 108 rating. That's a pretty good season. Zeke had 1,400 yards rushing, 4.8 per carry with 20 touchdowns. Very nice. The rookie running back had 150 yards, 4 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb had 1,200 yards receiving with 14 touchdowns. Tight end Dalton Kincaid had 955 yards, 5 touchdowns. Odell Beckham had 888 yards with 10 touchdowns. Pretty good. Gallup had 800 yards, 4 touchdowns. Zeke had almost 60 catches, 500 yards, 5 touchdowns. Defensively, To'o led the team in tackles with 120. Wait, who was that in second place? The rookie corner had 101 tackles. It's nice. Dante Stills had 12 TFLs. Parsons had 11. Lawrence had 11. Odigizua had 11. Parsons led the team in sacks with 15. DeMarcus Lawrence only had 6. Stills had 4. The rookie corner had 2 interceptions. He had a pretty good season. Hakeem Dent, the strong safety, had 2 interceptions. Jordan Lewis had 2. And then 3 guys had 1. Going to be playing against the 10-7 49ers in the wild card round. We also had the Bears against the Packers, the Rams against the Panthers, and then the Buccaneers got him a first round bye week with CJ Stroud in his second year. We ended up beating the 49ers 45-20. We're going to be playing against the 11-6 Rams in the divisional round. They beat the Panthers 28-24, and on the other side we have the Buccaneers against the Packers. The Rams 13-6. Now we're going to be going against the 13-4 Buccaneers in the NFC Conference Championship, led by CJ Stroud. They beat the Packers by 1 point, 28-27. On the other side we have the Chiefs against the Bengals, another classic playoff game. Playing in Tampa Bay NFC Conference Championship game, we jump up to a 14-0 lead in the first quarter. Very nice. 14-7 in the second. Now we're up 21-7, 21-10, 28-10 still in the second. Third quarter we're up 28-13, 35-13. Now it's 35-21 in the fourth, 42-28 in the fourth, 45-28. We won the game, going to the Super Bowl. Looking at the player stats from that game, Dak Prescott had a freaking crazy game. He had a 144 rating, 369 yards, 5 touchdowns. CJ Stroud had a 396 yard game, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions with a 94 rating. Odell Beckham went off in this game. He had 7 catches for 111 yards, 3 touchdowns. Let's go. We're going to be playing against the 10-7 Bengals in the Super Bowl. They beat the Texans 28-16. Then they beat the Bills 28-21. Then they beat the Chiefs 42-35. So yeah, they're gonna be a pretty hard team to beat. Playing in the Super Bowl, we're tied 7-7 in the first. Now it's 14-7. 21-7, we're losing in the second. 21-14. Now it's tied all 21-21. Now we're losing 28-21 in the third quarter. Tied up 28 all. 35-28, we're losing now. Now it's tied. It's been a close game the whole time. Now we're up by a field goal. Tied. It went to overtime, 38-38. Who is going to win the game? The Bengals won in overtime with the field goal, man.
And their remarkable season ends in the most remarkable of ways.
Joe Burrow outdueled Dak Prescott in the Super Bowl. He had a 99 rating and 423 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Dak Prescott had a 95 rating, 213 yards, 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. See what Odell Beckham did. He had 5 catches for 43 yards and 2 touchdowns, so he actually had a pretty good game. He didn't have a lot of catches, but the ones that he made were clutch. All right, we got $60 million in cap space, and we definitely want to bring back DeMarcus Lawrence and Zach Martin. Zach Martin's 34 years old, 95 overall, with superstar. He wants $16 million for 1 year. He's coming back. We got $44 million left. DeMarcus Lawrence, 33 years old, but he's still 85 with star dev. He wants $13.4 million. He's coming back. We got $31 million left. I'm moving on from Jordan Lewis and Brian Anger. Terrence Steele wants 2 years, almost $9 million to play right tackle. I think I'm going to hold off on him and see if we can maybe draft someone. And I'm not going to bring anyone else back. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. We still got Dak and Zeke with X factors. That running back we drafted had star dev. I was checking him throughout the season, but he never had enough reps. But it's good to see he still has a star dev. Odell Beckham is playing up to 84. He's technically 82, 32 years old. So we don't need wide receivers. On offense, we pretty much don't need anything except for a right tackle. Defensively, we do need another defensive tackle for sure. Could use another cornerback. I mean, we definitely do need to get another cornerback. I was hoping that Clemens was going to have a breakout year as a rookie since he had over 100 tackles, but I guess not. The safeties are still looking decent. So let's go see what happens. I signed James Bradbury at cornerback. He's 82 overall star dev. I pretty much just got guys that were actually interested in the team. Tried to get some dudes that weren't interested, but they didn't want us. So I found that in free agency, it's easier to get guys that are actually interested unless you just have a ton of cap space where you can just throw them a bunch of money. Even then, it's still not a done deal. Got Eric Armstead at defensive tackle. He's 81 overall with star dev. Got a new punter. And I ended up bringing Terrence Steele back at right tackle because he was the only one that was interested in coming to play for us. Here in the first round of the draft, we have pick number 31 since we made it to the Super Bowl. I tried to trade up for the number 1 pick, number 2 pick, and the number 3 pick to get this corner that was a true top 5 talent. But I couldn't get enough, couldn't give them enough stuff. The only thing that they would take was Zeke and a first round pick, and I ain't doing that. So I ended up just simulating to this pick, and I'm taking this cornerback, Jamie McClellan from Memphis. 6 foot, 199 pounds. He's a slot scheme fit, 100% scouted. He's actually a true first round talent. 22 years old. He has great agility, good speed. He only has normal dev, which I figured was going to happen. Here in the second round, I'm looking at this left outside linebacker, Brandon Calhoun from San Diego State. I'm pretty sure I'm going to just go ahead and draft him, but he's 6'2", 237 pounds. He's a run stopper. He's a day 3 projection, but I have him 95% scouted, and he actually looks pretty good. 21 years old. He's a pretty good athlete. He has good acceleration, good change of direction, great jumping with great speed and good strength. He has B hit power, B catching, A play rec, B pursuit, B zone coverage, C man coverage, and his tackle is between A to B. He has hit and dead with 84 speed. Looks like we did a pretty good thing taking that chance. He already has a receding hairline and going bald. Here in the third round, I'm going to draft this strong safety, Max Pierman from Oklahoma. He's a zone scheme fit. He's projected to be a 3rd to 4th rounder. He's 23 years old. Good acceleration, solid speed. He's got normal dev with 88 speed. First round pick cornerback, Jamie McClellan is a 75 overall. We saw that he only had normal dev, which sucks, but it is what it is. Second round pick linebacker, 73 overall. He is actually a hidden dev. We did see that. I'm going to end up moving him to middle linebacker and just making him the new starting middle linebacker. Safety I drafted in the third round was a 66. Let the computer draft the rest of these guys. Not really worth talking about. Looking at the entire NFL draft recap, the first two picks don't look like they're so great. I mean, for being number 1 and number 2, they're only 72 overall. That sucks for them. And then the highest overall in the draft was a 79 tight end, 79 cornerback. This is the guy I was trying to trade up for from the Steelers. They ended up drafting him. So you have hidden depth. Yep, 79 overall. Dude looks ridiculous. 92 speed. Yo, I was checking out the starting lineup real quick, and I saw that we didn't have Tyron Smith on the team anymore. So I was like, where the hell did he go? Because he didn't retire during the offseason. So I figured out a way to come and look at transaction log. In the middle of free agency stage 2, he decided to retire. The heck, man, if I'd have known that, I would have tried to get somebody to replace him. I've never seen that happen before. This is what the starting lineup is looking like for the beginning of season 4. Odell's still up. He's playing up to 83, so he's technically an 82. 32 years old. Still has 90 speed. Still can catch pretty good. We're going to have to figure out something for the offensive line because Tyron Smith retiring really messed us up. I guess I'm going to have to move Tyler Smith to left tackle. Let me go ahead and do that right now. Alright, so I moved Tyron Smith to left tackle, and then this guy is the highest overall backup that we have, so he's going to be playing left guard. And we'll just have to roll with that. Kincaid's a 77 star. Gallup's a 87 with star. CeeDee Lamb's a 91 with superstar. Defensively, moved the outside linebacker we drafted to middle linebacker. He's going to be the starter. He's playing up to 73. He has hidden div. Ended up moving Toho to outside linebacker. He's been good for us, but he hasn't developed. I wanted him to get at least star dev, but it hasn't happened. So I'm going to try to give Calhoun a chance. Pace is a higher overall than him, so that might be an issue. I might have to just end up trading him away or cutting him to make sure that Calhoun starts. Computer loves to mess with the depth chart. Parsons is a 99 X factor. Williamson's up to a 78 with star. Dent's up to a 79 still with normal. We brought in James Bradbury to be our cornerback too, even though we ended up drafting another cornerback, but they both just still have normal dev, so it's gonna roll like that. We brought in Eric Armstead at defensive tackle. Still got Odigizua and Lawrence. They have this rookie starting because Sam Williams is injured, so he's only out for 1 week, but he'll be starting. Trayvon Diggs is a 92 superstar. The midseason point, we're off to a great start. We're 5-2, leading the division. The Commanders are 4-3. The Giants are 3-3, and the Eagles are 3-3. And I'm looking right there where it says top threat. CJ Stroud is a 96 overall with X Factor for the Buccaneers. Freaking ridiculous. Checking out players ready to negotiate. We got $155 million in cap space. We got Marcus Mariota as a backup. What the heck? Micah Parsons, he wants 6 years, $152 million. Definitely gonna give it to him. Exactly the offer that he was hoping for. He's gonna be a lifer. Zach Martin, probably gonna bring him back at the end of the year since he's 34. Zeke, I'm gonna wait till the end of the season. He's 30 years old. He's probably gonna start falling off. Same thing with DeMarcus Lawrence. Odell Beckham, I'm gonna wait till the end of the year and definitely bring him back since this is a Odell Beckham rebuild. 32, so it'll probably drop off a little bit. Most of these guys are all older. Tyler Smith, I do want to bring him back for sure. He's only 24. He's coming back. And then who else do we have? Hakeem Dent. I'm going to wait till the end of the year and see if he jumps up to star dev or not. For the regular season, we finished 12-5, won the division again, and we got a first round bye week once again. The Giants and the Eagles both went 9-8, and the Commanders went 8-9. Check out the season stats. Third ranked offense, very nice. Defensively, we were ranked number 21, so we're making steady, slow progression on defense. Dak threw for 4,600 yards, 45 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 69% completion with the 111 rating. Pretty sure that's the best season that he's had so far. Zeke had almost 1,700 yards, 5.4 per carry with 14 touchdowns. Receiving, Odell led the team in yards. Nice. He almost had 100 catches, 99 for 1,384 yards and 19 touchdowns. Dang, Odell's out here straight balling. Michael Gallup, 978 yards, 7 touchdowns. CeeDee Lamb, 900 yards, 7 touchdowns. Kincaid, 700 yards, 6 touchdowns. Defensively, Micah Parsons led the team in tackles with 152. What the heck? He only had 1 sack. Freaking computer kept messing with the depth chart since I tried to get that rookie to start at middle linebacker. He only had 48 tackles. Freaking crap. TFL's Odigizua and Sam Williams both had 17. DeMarcus Lawrence led the team in sacks with 18. Eric Armstead had 8.5. Nice. Sam Williams had 7.5 and Odigizua had 7. Interceptions, Akeem Dent had 3. McClellan, the rookie corner, had 3. Calhoun, the rookie middle linebacker, had 2. Toho had 2. Bradbury had 2. And Parsons had 1. Going to be playing against the 9-8 Giants in the divisional round of the playoffs. They just beat the Falcons 35-20. On the other side, we have the Vikings against the Panthers. We have a breakout opportunity dev trait for a defensive back here. Let's see who that's going to be for. Akeem Dent, the safety, nice. See if we can get that for him. We ended up losing to the Giants 35-34 by 1 freaking point. Let's see if Akeem Dent got this breakout. No, he did not. Vikings beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl 35-28 to win their first ever Super Bowl. Cornerback Cam Dantzler won Super Bowl MVP. Mac Jones won MVP of the regular season with the Falcons. What the heck? Arthur Smith won Coach of the Year with the Falcons. Brandon Ayuk won Offensive Player of the Year with the Seahawks. Defensive Player of the Year went to Aaron Donald with the Rams. Zach Martin ended up retiring after 12 years in the NFL. We have $142 million in cap space. Zeke wants a 3-year deal for $22 million. That's not bad at all. He's 31 years old. He's still 91 with X Factor. He's coming back. DeMarcus Lawrence, 34 years old. He's still 85 overall with Star Dev. He wants a 1-year deal for about $9 million. Oh my bad, $14 million. I didn't include the bonus on that. Odell Beckham dropped down to a 78 with normal. Dang, he fell off quick. But this is going to be the last year of the rebuild, so we're definitely going to bring him back. It's coming back. Let's see, we got Bradbury. He dropped down to normal dev. Gonna move on from him. Armstead, he actually had a pretty good season for us. I'll go ahead and try to bring him back for 1 year. He's coming back. Akeem Dent went up to star dev. Oh, he did end up doing it? Alright. 25 years old, I'll go ahead and bring him back. Perfect offer, he's coming back. PJ Williamson, he still has star dev. 24 years old, 79 overall. Go ahead and offer it to him. Cheap starters that are still good and produce good. Tyler Biotis at center wants a 2-year deal for $14 million. Why not? I feel like we have a bunch of players that we have to re-sign. Still got $94 million in cap space. Sam Williams wants 2 years, $14 million. He actually had the best season of his career so far, so we'll go ahead and bring him back. Now he wants to go to free agency. Alright, never mind. Gonna be moving on from these other guys, and I think that's probably gonna be it. This is what the team is looking like before free agency. We need to work on the offensive line since we lost Zach Martin, and we still need to try to replace Tyron Smith at left tackle, and then move Tyler Smith back to left guard. But everything else is looking good on there. We're still gonna roll with Odell for the last year in the slot. Defensively, Calhoun lost his freaking star dev, and then Toho gets star dev. Alright, well, he's going back to middle linebacker then. These guys don't know what the heck they're doing. Dent and Williamson both have star dev. They're looking good. Parsons is still a 99 X factor. We need another defensive end here. Thinking I might just throw Parsons down here to play defensive end for us for this last year. I'll see how everything looks in free agency. McClellan went up to star dev. Nice, the corner that we just drafted. So yeah, we need to see if we can figure out something about linebacker and move Parsons down here. Bringing in Rob Havenstein, he was a right tackle, but I moved him to right guard. Bringing James Bradbury back. I did try to get Kenny Moore. Had him the biggest offer on the table for him, but he turned us down. He was like an 86 overall. James Bradbury was the second best available, so I went ahead and got him. I got Alex Kappa. He was a right guard, but I moved him to left tackle because he's a pass protector, which is a scheme fit for us at left tackle. And also bringing Malik Harrison back at outside linebacker. I want to get a new middle linebacker for this last season, so I'm trading my next 2 first-round picks in order to get Tremaine Edmonds from the Bills. Ended up simulating the entire draft since it's the last season, and this is what happened. The computer drafted a wide receiver in the second round. That's a 75 overall with hidden dev. Looks like they're trying to replace Odell already. And then they drafted this outside linebacker in the third round, but he just has normal dev. He's a 73 overall. Check out the entire NFL draft recap. Number 1 pick was another bust, 72 overall, going to the Bears. Highest in the whole draft was an 83 overall Richard Sanders. Went to the Saints. Maybe it's Barry Sanders' son or something. This is what the starting lineup looks like for season 5, the 5th and final season of the rebuild. Prescott's a 88 X Factor, Zeke's a 91 X Factor, Lamb's a 92, Gallup's a 87. Odell's playing up to a 79 with normal dev. That rookie's hot on his tail right there, right behind him, trying to get up there, take his spot. Defensively, we're actually looking pretty good on defense. We've had a pretty bad defense pretty much the whole rebuild, as far as our rankings always been like 25 or higher, like 23. I mean, up to 30, 31, I think was the lowest it was. But yeah, we brought in Tremaine Edmonds in a trade, so I moved a left toe outside linebacker, brought in Harrison back in free agency to play this spot. I moved Parsons down to defensive end so he can only focus on rushing the passer, is what I was trying to say. We got Trayvon Diggs and McClellan, and then Bradbury is our cornerback too. Denton Williamson has been developing like pretty, I guess, like slowly, but still doing good. Here at the midseason point, we're out to a pretty good start. Once again, we're 6-1, leading the division. The Giants are 5-2, the Commanders are 2-4, and the Eagles are 0-7, simulating to the playoffs. End of the regular season, we finished with a 14-3 record, the best record of the whole rebuild so far. Finished first in the division, won the first round bye week. Giants went 12-5, the Commanders went 6-11, and the Eagles went 2-15. Check out the season stats. We had the 4th ranked offense, very nice. Defensively 7th, the best defense that we had. So this is by far the best team that we had. Dak had exactly 5,000 yards passing, 43 touchdowns, 12 interceptions, 69% completion with a 109 rating. Great season by him. Zeke had 1,400 yards, 5 yards per carry with 19 touchdowns. Putting in that work. Receiving, CeeDee Lamb had 1,200 yards, 10 touchdowns. Gallup 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Kincaid had 1,000 yards, 6 touchdowns. Odell Beckham almost had 1,000 yards with 15 touchdowns. Nice. Defensively, Tremaine Edmonds led the team in tackles with 111. Pretty much expected that since we traded for him. Micah Parsons had 17 TFLs. He led the team in sacks with 15. DeMarcus Lawrence had 12. Armstead at 8.5, and Odigizua had 4.5. Trayvon Diggs had the most interceptions on the team with 4. 3 guys had 2, and 3 guys had 1. We're playing against the New York Giants in the divisional round of the playoffs. They went 12-5 on the year. Hopefully they don't knock us out like they did the last time. On the other side, we had the Rams against the Buccaneers. CJ Stroud out here just putting in work, man. We ended up beating the Giants 42-21. We're going to be going against the 13-4 Rams in the NFC Conference Championship game. They beat the Lions 49-21, and they knocked out the Buccaneers 28-17. On the other side, we have the Raiders and the Titans. Playing in the Super Bowl, we're up 3-0 in the first quarter. Now it's tied 3-all. I mean, not the Super Bowl, the NFC Championship game. What the heck am I talking about? It's tied 10-10. Now we're losing 17-10. We're losing 20-10, 20-17. We're trying to come back 29-17 in the fourth, 29-24. And we took the lead 32-29 with fourth quarter. And we got the win. Now we're going to the Super Bowl. Playing against the 12-5 Raiders in the Super Bowl. See what they did. They had the number 1 seed and they beat the Chiefs 31-28, and they beat the Titans 23-17. Playing in the Super Bowl in Miami, we jump up to a 3-0 lead in the first. Now we're up 6-0 in the first, 13-0 in the second. The Raiders finally scored, but it's 16-3. We're winning in the second quarter. Dang, we're up 30-3 in the second. Third quarter, we're up 33-6. We're blowing them out 40-13. 47-13. It looks like the Cowboys against the Colts on Sunday Night Football. Got the Super Bowl.
And to the Super Bowl champions, they etch their name forever in NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there. It actually gave me chills just to hear you say that, because immortality forever and ever. When you look in the record books, you'll see this team, you'll see their picture, that your name will be a part of it. That's got to be an incredible feeling, because it's been a long journey to get there, and now they get a chance to enjoy it.
Dak Prescott had a 130 rating, 326 yards, 3 touchdowns. He balled out. Whoever this rookie quarterback is for the Raiders, Chase Durant, had a bad game, a 60 rating with 4 interceptions. Let's see what Odell Beckham did. He had 6 catches for 91 yards and a touchdown. That's pretty good for the Super Bowl. Cowboys beat the Raiders in the Super Bowl 47-13 to win their 6th Super Bowl. Dak Prescott won Super Bowl MVP. Lamar Jackson won MVP of the regular season with the Ravens. Mike McCarthy won Coach of the Year with the Cowboys. Lamar Jackson also won Offensive Player of the Year with the Ravens, and TJ Watt won Defensive Player of the Year with the Steelers. This is what the final team looks like. Odell dropped off big time. Dang, he's down to a 70 overall, playing up to a 72 at the age of 34. So it looks like 5 years was the perfect time for this Odell Beckham rebuild. He missed the 2022 season completely, even though we signed him in the middle of it, but he didn't play. But his first full season, he had 1,100 yards, 6 touchdowns. He actually had really good production for us though. 888 yards, 10 touchdowns. This was his best season for sure. Almost 1,400 yards with 19 touchdowns. And then came back as a 33-year-old and put up almost 1,000 yards with 15 touchdowns. He definitely helped the team out a lot on the offensive side for sure, and especially in the playoff games. I think there was one playoff game where he scored like 3 touchdowns, but yeah. Prescott's a 90 with X Factor, Zeke's a 91 with X Factor, Lamb's a 94 with Star, Gallup's 89 with Star. Kincaid came in and did really good for us at the tight end spot. He's 27 years old now, playing up to 85. He had over 1,000 yards twice so far. He had over 100 catches in this last game. Dude's out here going crazy at the tight end spot. Defensively, we ended up trading for Tremaine Edmonds the last season, and he helped the defense out a lot. We moved all the way up from like 26th to 7th or something like that. Parsons did good for us. I mean, the whole defense did really good, so we got lucky to find these safeties in free agency when we barely had any money at all. So all in all, I think it was a pretty good video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, say something down in the comments. I appreciate everyone for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace!